Second last day of a memorable month, August 30th, 2023. Welcome to Somalia's premier #1 station for news and updates. Tonight, we have a lot of stories in store for you. But first, have a look at the stories that are making our headlines. Prime Minister Roble visits Adan Yabal in the Middle Shabelle region. Somalia President vows to continue military operations until final victory of Al-Shabaab. Demonstrations erupt in Hargeisa as Somaliland rallies behind Somaliland army following defeat in Soal region. Somalia and the US signed $92.6 million development agreement to boost Somalia's growth and governance. SSC Khartoum leader urges peace talks after a successful reception of Puntland Vice President in Gumeis. Glad to have you back. Now let's delve into a full bulletin. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud affirmed that military operations against the extremist group Al-Shabaab will persist until a decisive victory is achieved. The president's remarks came on Tuesday following a recent attack by Al-Shabaab on government troops in Al-Swain village, which led to the retreat of the government forces from several towns. Somalia President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud affirmed that military operations against the extremist group Al-Shabaab will persist until a decisive victory is achieved. The president's remarks came on Tuesday following a recent attack by Al-Shabaab on government troops in Al-Swain village, which led to the retreat of government forces from several towns. President Mohamud stated, "Whether one battlefield is lost or someone spreads misinformation, the fight is going to continue. It will not stop. We are not turning back from where we are." He expressed confidence in achieving the desired final victory, emphasizing that Al-Shabaab has become weaker and smaller in number, while the government forces have gained experience, increased in numbers, and improved their equipment. The president praised the efforts of the government soldiers and local fighters who have played a crucial role in dislodging the militants from vast areas since the commencement of the offensive last year. Addressing Al-Shabaab's claim that 178 soldiers were killed in Oswain's attack, President Mohamud refuted the assertion, stating that the group suffered heavier casualties, burying their dead in mass graves. He highlighted that Al-Shabaab lacked proper medical facilities to treat their wounded fighters. The president declared that the army will investigate these mass graves to gather evidence. However, casualty claims from both sides have not been independently verified, making it difficult to ascertain the exact toll of the conflict. Al-Shabaab declared the attack in Oswain as a historic victory, leading to the retreat of government forces from 4 towns, which the extremist group claimed to have recaptured. In response to the recent developments, Sheikh Ahmed, the former president of Somalia, called for an investigation into the management of the military operations at the Oswain front line. He urged the Parliamentary Subcommittee for Defense to examine the attack. President Mohamud acknowledged the need to rectify any mistakes and assured accountability, emphasizing that individuals found to have abused their responsibilities or committed treason will face consequences. Concurrently, the Somali government presented Nur Abdullahi Malingur, also known as Nur Dekh, a mid-level Al-Shabaab official who surrendered to the government forces near the town of Wissel in the Mudug region. The Minister of Interior, Federal Affairs and Reconciliation, Ahmed Muallim Fiqi, identified Nur Dekh as the commander of the Al-Shabaab militias in the Mudug area, known for his involvement in intense battles. As Somalia continues its fights against Al-Shabaab, President Mohamud emphasized the need to reward soldiers for their bravery, while holding those accountable to have undermined the army or committed treason. Hargeisa witnessed a wave of government-backed demonstrations as residents took to the streets to express their support for the National Army following their recent defeat in the Soal region. The atmosphere was charged with patriotism as flag-waving demonstrators passionately chanted slogans and solidarity with the army and called for the protection of their territory.
Hargeisa, the capital of the breakaway region of Somaliland, witnessed a wave of government-backed demonstrations as residents took to the streets to express their support for the National Army following their recent defeat in the Soal region. The atmosphere was charged with patriotism as flag-waving demonstrators passionately chanted slogans in solidarity with the army and called for the protection of their territory. The epicenter of the protest was Khairia Square, where a large of gathering demonstrators urged the country's leadership to mobilize additional support for the army. The outpouring of support came in response to the deadly clashes that occurred on Friday, resulting in the SSC Khartoum fighters seizing control of Gojad, Maraga, and other areas on the outskirts of Las Anod town. In a bold move, The SSC Khartoum fighters showcased captured military equipment and presented soldiers whom they claimed were from the Somaliland army, further fueling the tensions on the ground. The display of the military hardware and the alleged capture of Somaliland army personnel added to the sense of urgency and concern among the demonstrators. The Somaliland government is now faced with the critical task of addressing the defeat and devising a strategy to reclaim the lost territories. The situation in Somaliland remains tense as the aftermath of the clashes continue to unfold. The government will undoubtedly face significant challenges in regaining control of the lost areas and restoring stability.
Abdulqadir Ahmed Ali, president of the SSC Khartoum, attended the reception of the Vice President Ahmed Karash, a delegation from Garowe. The visit marked a crucial step in strengthening ties between the regions as they explore the new border between the SSC and Somaliland in the Gumeis area.
Abdulqadir Ahmed Ali, the president of SSC Khartoum, attended the reception of Vice President Ahmed Karash and a delegation from Garowe. The visit marked a crucial step in strengthening ties between regions as they explored the new border between SSC and Somaliland in the Gumeis area. Expressing his gratitude, President Ali extended his heartfelt appreciation to the people of Puntland for their unwavering support during the challenging struggle that commenced earlier this year. In a clear call for dialogue, President Ali responded to recent provocation. Addressing the treatment of prisoners from Somaliland, he assured that they were treated with utmost care and commended the soldiers involved in their capture. He conveyed a message to the Ethiopian government expressing readiness to collaborate on border security, thereby fostering regional stability.
Somalia Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre embarks on a significant journey to Aden Yabal, a strategical vital town situated in the Middle Shabelle region.
Just days after the Somali army withdrew from 4 significant towns and villages in central Somalia, delegation headed by Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre visited the command post of the Somali National Army in the Middle Shabelle region on Wednesday. In the words of Prime Minister Hamza, the objective of his visit is to support the army and the locals who are relentlessly battling the insurgents in the region states of Galmudug and Hirshabelle. The Prime Minister will meet the army leaders and corps leaders during his visit in the Middle Shabelle region to advance ongoing operations and offer moral support for both the army and local militants. The Prime Minister is currently in Aden Yabal for a second time. His visit was timed to coincide with the President of Somalia's recent statement, which emphasized the need to hold those responsible for military power abuses accountable. High-ranking government officials would prefer to remain anonymous due to restrictions discussing illicit military operations, told Dalsan Media that government troops withdraw from Elder, Mr. Galad and Bulbut. Al-Shabaab appeals to have launched one of its deadliest attacks against the Somali government force on Saturday in Oswin, where troops had first driven Al-Shabaab from August 2022. Military operations against Al-Shabaab, according to the Somali Presidential Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, will not end. Decisive victory is attained.
Lovely viewers, Prime Minister's Barre visit to the Aden Yabal district brings us to the end of our bulletin. Wherever you're watching in from, we wish to thank you for tuning in. Kindly like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more juicy stories. And wherever you're watching on from, have yourself a lovely night and be blessed.